Alright, everybody, how we doing today? Don't you just love the Democrats? With the shitty platform of just simply being, we're not Trump, or the fact that, they come up with a nothing burger, one after another, collusion, Russia, Ukraine. I mean, what's next, right? But if that wasn't bad enough, wait till you get a load of this. Democratic candidates acknowledge poor housing supply, but not how government causes it. They admit there's a problem, but won't admit the cause. Don't you just love it when they obfuscate with the truth? Most federal spending won't make housing more accessible as long as regulations and zoning drive up prices. Ooh. Billionaire environmentalist Tom Steyer and Senator Cory Booker all weighed in on some affordable housing challenges faced by residents of America's biggest cities during tonight's Democratic debate. And while they all acknowledge the problem, they also seem to believe that more government intervention is a solution to the problem and not its cause. Steyer was asked about affordable housing first, and to his credit, he was very quick to point out that it is California's own policies that have created the housing shortage currently driving up rents in San Francisco and Los Angeles. But he didn't really get into detail and instead pivoted to his concerns about the environment and sustainability. Warren said she believed that the housing shortage is due to the federal government's failure to provide more homeownership subsidies and racial discrimination in lending. And yes, she has a plan for that, an expensive one, involving $500 billion in federal spending to create affordable housing. Booker yelled, "Gentrification!" without really explaining what he means, and used the opportunity to promote his tax credit for those who have to pay more than 30% of their homes on incomes on rent. All these answers miss the fact that government interference in housing development plays a massive role in keeping affordable housing out of big cities. Nobody said the word zoning, and in places like Los Angeles and San Francisco, entrenched residents in traditional homes and the city officials who serve them use zoning laws to prevent the construction of denser apartment complexes that would serve lower income residents. It's the zoning laws and the policies. This building cannot be above a certain size. It has to be in an exact location. You're placing restrictions on the building of a structure, which inevitably results in them having to cater to a higher paying resident in order to make even a significant profit. They have to justify the loss of spending the money to build the housing in the first place. You understand? They could easily extend the apartments to allow lower quality apartments in the same facility for poorer people. Easily. And they'd still make a massive, massive return. But government is not letting the housing industry build structures large enough to house enough people. They admit there's a problem, but won't admit that the government caused it. Don't vote for Democrats. If you do, you're an idiot. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They simply cannot govern. Screaming gentrification, as Booker did tonight, is actually a popular tool used by NIMBY residents to actually block an increase in housing supply, with the absurd and factually untrue claim that allowing more housing actually drives low-income residents out of their neighborhoods. Labyrinthine building regulations in big cities push developers into catering to wealthy customers because only they can underwrite the government-mandated cost of developing urban housing. Making it hard to build housing means it's expensive to build housing in turn. Housing that costs a lot to build costs a lot to reside in. The equation is not complicated. It is if you're a Democrat. What's more, the Federal Davis-Bacon Act, which requires the contractors working on federally funded projects essentially be paid at a rate set by local unions. It means that Warren's in South Bend, Indiana, Mayor Pete Buttigieg, or Buttigieg, or what the hell ever you say his name, Buttigieg, plan to federally subsidize housing will further drive up costs by eliminating competitive construction bids. The federal government is forbidden by its own laws from building housing that is naturally as affordable as it would be in a competitive market. Of course, the union giveaway is that this Davis-Bacon Act is off the table for Democrats. Meanwhile, the oppressive zoning policies of America's big cities are local problems that no president can solve, but it's telling that the candidates don't know what's causing the problem or how to fix it. Because they're retarded! They're stupid idiots. They're not smart enough to understand basic economics. You know as well as anyone on this channel, I do not hold back. At this point, I'm just going to say it. If you vote for a Democrat, then you're retarded too. Then you're retarded too. These people do not know what they're doing. And don't go fooling yourself thinking the Republicans are any better, by the way. Oh, sure, they might have a totally different solution, but it's probably just going to be as equally ineffectual as this. These people are corrupt imbeciles. They're idiots, and they are worthless politicians. They shouldn't be on a debate stage. They should be unceremoniously forced out of politics and be forced to live on a 9-to-5 like everybody else. They're simply unqualified. I cannot believe this shit. I imagine it's probably been explained to them time and time again, but they won't fucking listen. You can try to make them listen, I'm sure. You could probably try and force it out of them to sit there and listen to you. But do you think they would actually learn anything? No, because they got heads full of granite and concrete. These people do not belong on a debate stage. They do not deserve to be in politics. Bernie Sanders and Pete Buttigieg and all the other Democratic candidates that have been put up need to be forced out of politics. And they need to be forced to remain private citizens. Period. They are unqualified. Every last stinking one of them. They're all fucking idiots. Oh my God. How does anyone get that dumb? How does anyone get that dumb? I need to calm the fuck down. Peace.